Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator and a mod review. This is the Freightliner FLD 120 high roof. Very nice looking truck. I like it. I've driven it a few times, and we're going to go ahead. We are going to haul load and talk about the truck a little bit, get the way of it, and then we're going to go ahead and build one like always. So turn our hazards on. A couple gripes is the lights just kind of change texture-ish. They don't look like they light up, more like they just change texture. They don't look like they're glowing. The brake lights there are actually really cool. Turn power on here, and then you can see how those actually kind of glow a little bit, where the front ones kind of look like they just have a texture issue. Turn the headlights on, and it's kind of the same thing, where, okay, now with low beams, they kind of look like they're glowing a little bit, but it kind of looks like just a texture, and then the light beams coming out. Just a little bit. I mean, that's a bare gripe. The turn signals do it more than the high beams do it. Excuse me. So let's go ahead, hop in the truck, take a look at the interior, and then get going. Alrighty, we are in our Freightliner, and it's a pretty decent interior. Weirdly enough, there's a Book of Europe, so this really tells me this started off life as a Euro Truck 2 mod. You can't go into the sleeper, but you could turn all the way around and take a look back in there. Pretty nice looking bunch of truck magazines. Pretty decently detailed here. Not bad. All right, we're going to go ahead and power it up, and you're going to see you're going to see the radio come out of the dash, but you're also going to see something else happen. So power on. The window rolls down and the vent window opens, which is really cool. Obviously, you got your GPS. You have your turn signals. You don't have much of any other indicators other than that. So let's go ahead and start it up. And again, not really any other indicator. Nothing else really comes on. Like, I'm turning my Jake brake on and off, and I'm not really seeing anything else turn on. Turn the headlights on. You got the headlights there. Got your high beam indicator right there. So, and you got a horn. So we're running. This truck has a 350 horsepower engine, but it has a 9-speed gearbox. So this thing hauling a 34,000 pound load, it is going to struggle a little bit, but we got our rotted visor on, we got our mirrors on, and we're in Sacramento heading up to Eugene. So not a very long run, but long enough. So put it down here in first, and away we go. Let's see, can I get zoomed in better there? Nope, that looks like that's going to be it. So swing it around without hitting the light pole. All right. Alrighty. Huh. That looks a little weird. Oh, with the sun on it, it gives a bit of glare off of the little the light texture. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So, oh, gotta turn that off. Put the clutch in. Gonna let this guy get past. Oh, we're gonna have to stop. Back in the first gear and wait for some traffic to clear up to pull out. This is a nice truck. I don't know if I'd buy one. It depends on how cheap we can keep one being built and still be a nice build. So, I mean, so far it's like I think the cheapest fully done up truck is the Coronado, and with the Scout A2 being right behind it. So. Oh, you're going to sit there. Yeah, but here's the thing. That Volvo is going to keep pulling up. Oh, okay. All right, this is going to suck ass, but okay. Oh, you're gonna start. Oh, come on. All right, we're clear. I think I actually was touching the guardrail there, but not sure. But I hope your guys' day going well so far. Mine's going all right. Something interesting happened to me today when I was on my way in my job. I was on the freeway heading up towards Cleveland, and I was in a construction zone, and traffic all of a sudden goes from doing about 55 down to stopped. I mean, not quick. I mean, you could kind of tell people are slowing down, and eventually it stops. It did stop quickly when we hit about 30. All of a sudden, boom, we were all dead stopped. But I saw it kind of happening quick enough, so I was able to slow down and maintain a safe distance from the guy in front of me. After being stopped and slowly inching up for about not even a minute. Hold on, I'm losing it here. There we go. Honestly, this is an 8-speed with a crawler gear. There we go. All right, so I'm sitting in my car and I hear this sound. I look back in this tan Chevrolet actually had not been paying attention, and I see him just going along the K-rail because we're in a construction zone. So he's just scraping along the K-rail, going between the cars in the fast lane, which I was in, and this K-rail, and I was like, oh my God. I'm not gonna lie, my first instinct, these were my first two thoughts. One, holy shit, what the fuck just happened? And when I realized what happened, I was like, okay, thank goodness I wasn't involved. Two, damn it, I wish I could have caught that on camera, because that would have been fucking bad. That would have been kind of, oh shit. Good way to stall a truck out or rip your transmission out, I tell you. But, so yeah, that was very interesting. I mean, witnessing that happening. And I mean, he was scraping along pretty well. I mean, he ripped it, like when he must have hit it and kept going, because his headlight on that side was gone. I mean, he must have went into the K-rail in such a way that it just blew his headlight right out of the housing, because I couldn't see anything left of it. But what made me glad I wasn't involved was, like, this all happened about 3 cars behind me. So I mean, that easily could have been me. And instead of doing a video on this, I would be putting up a blog how fucking pissed I am because some jackwagon hit my car. I mean, I still think the guy was a fucking jackwagon, don't get me wrong, but I was just like, hey, I'm not involved. Lucky shit, you know. But set the cruise there and just eat up the miles. But that's just something interesting I wanted to share with you guys. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to finish this loadout, but you guys aren't going to be finishing it with me. I will see you guys, holy shit, again. Excuse me. At the truck dealer, and we are going to go ahead and build ourselves one of these. Alrighty, we are at the Kenworth dealer, and here is our Freightliner FLD 120. Let's go ahead, click on Customize Configuration, and you can see we do have a couple different options here. Got a flat top, or obviously high roof, and then a high roof with exhaust, which has the exhaust come out right there, which is not a bad looking. We're going to go ahead and go with that option. Chassis wise, we got pretty much low, which just has the truck sitting lower, or standard height. Go ahead, go with the 300-gallon fuel tank, because it's always good to have more fuel. So here are our engine choices. Looks like Caterpillar, Cummins, Detroit Diesels. Let's see. We can go all the way up, and right now we got a... looks like the best motor we got is a 525 horsepower motor, so that's what we'll go with here. Has 100 torque less than this Caterpillar, but this has a bigger range than that. 900 RPM versus 6. And when I installed the map mods, for some reason it reverted some of my progress, which it's frustrating, but it happens. So we're going to go ahead and go with the Eaton Fuller 18 speed, which would be... go ahead. We'll go with the 410 gearing. Interior, not much you can do here. Paint job, a couple different paint jobs. Some look better than others. No metallics, unfortunately, so we're going to go with the Gemini Blue. Actually, yeah, Gemini Blue. And we have some options here that we could do. We got spot mirrors, which I don't believe they actually work, so we're going to leave them off. Little window vents that go on. Can change the headlight look. I like that, so we'll keep it there. Different bumpers that we could put on. So on and so forth. I like that look, so we'll go with it. Actually, no. I want painted, but I want the chrome too. It looks like I cannot get it like that, so we'll just go all chrome. So all right, two things for the same thing. We got our wheel options. We have our main mirrors, which are chrome. Up here we have different types of exhaust available. And let's see, standard dual front. Go with... those actually look pretty good. Different skirts that we could put on. And actually, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to switch the bumper back to... that's actually what I'll do with the bumper. But that's the exhaust. We could put some more lights right there. Can change the quarter fender, but that's going to mess with these. Back here, could go with Freightliner or Scs Mud Flaps. I'll go with Freightliner, and that pretty much does the same thing. And of course, you have your wheel option, your wheel and tire options. Interesting Sprinter. I'm not sure what's going on with the Sprinters, but whatever. Let's see, anything interior-wise that we could use? Not really. So, all right, that's going to be pretty much it. Let's go ahead and do that. And that is our FLD 120. Not a bad looking truck, if I may say so ourselves. At $89,000, it is also a bargain truck. I honestly say though, if the Freightliner Coronado I honestly feel is a nicer model than this, and you can get one for about the same price. So that would be something that's something I'd personally consider, especially because they're both sleeper cabs. If you didn't particularly care about the sleeper cab, I'd most likely suggest over this to take a look at the Scott A2, because that is also a great little truck. To me, it seems a little bit more detailed than this. This has the potential. The exterior model is great. It needs a little touch-up on the outside, and some of the switches need to actually work inside, but it does have some pretty nice things, like powering it up, the radio popping out, and the windows opening, I think is really cool. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please like, please subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, have a good one.